Welcome to the Ozeki VoIP SIP SDK tutorial part 2. In the first tutorial we downloaded and installed the Ozeki VoIP SIP SDK and we started to create a Softphone. We will continue to develop this application. For example, we will build a graphical user interface and we will try to make calls. First of all, we need to add some lines into the incoming call events method. We need to set our call object and we need to listen to this call's events. In the first tutorial we created the wire-up call events method for this purpose. Now let's use it. Since we have an incoming call, our incoming call boolean variable should be true. If at the initialization of our Softphone we set the registration required field to true and we registered with valid informations, then it probably means a succeeded registration. We are almost ready to receive calls, but we don't have any buttons or other options to pick up that call. And if we would, then we would have no functioning microphone or speaker to communicate. So we need to create a basic graphical user interface for our Softphone. We can do it in the design view, and we need to add some buttons, like a pickup and a Hangup, 10 numeric buttons and 2 special buttons for now. We can rename these buttons by selecting them and then setting their text field and name to something more familiar. Our interface will look like an ordinary mobile phone's keyboard, but none of these buttons are functioning yet, so we will have to work on it. We have created our basic graphical user interface and now we start to write the source code part of the call handling. If we would like to be active in a call, we will need a microphone and a speaker. So we are creating the methods to help our later work. Start devices will start the microphone if we have a microphone declared, and if we also declare the speaker will start too. We also need a method to stop the running devices, so our stop devices method will stop them. We need to create 2 other methods to connect the media sender to the microphone by using our connector. We also want to connect the speaker to the media receiver. We are creating a disconnect media method, and this will disconnect the previously connected medias. These are necessary steps to send our voice and receive voices as data. When we are initializing our Softphone, we need to call our connect media method. Since we are following the active call state, we will know if there is an active communication between 2 parties. If the call's state is answered, we need to start our devices by using the previously written start devices method. We need to set our media receiver object to be able to receive media data from the call, and we also want to send media data to the call. And finally, we want to be notified in the log list box if a call is being started. Please note that we are already following the call's events since we wired them up when we noticed an incoming call. After finishing a call, we need to stop the devices. So let's stop the devices with the help of our previously written stop devices method and detach the media receiver and the media sender from the call. Since we are no longer in call, we won't need to listen to the call events until we enter into a call again. So we are using the previously written wire-down call events method, and we also set the call object to null. And of course, we want to be notified if the call is ended. Now, our Softphone is able to handle the call states, but before we try to make calls, we need to add events to our pickup and Hangup buttons. To add the new click event to the button, we need to double click it. For now, our pickup button will be able only to accept calls, So if our boolean variable indicates that we have an incoming call, we set that variable to false since we are accepting that. We also handle the case if we press the pickup button during a call. In this case, we do nothing. So, we can accept calls, but we should be able to end those calls as well. Let's write the Hangup buttons click event. If we press the button during a call, we will handle two cases. If we have an incoming call and our phone is ringing, we will simply reject that call. If we are during a call, we will simply hang up that and set our boolean variable to false. And finally, in both cases, we set the call object to null. Now let's try our Softphone. I have a previously written one with almost the same functions. I am dialing our number, and this is 1000, as you can remember from the SIP account creation. When the number is dialed, you can see we can pick up or hang up the call. Let's hang up. If we press the hang up button, all the devices are being stopped. In this next try, we are going to accept the call. So let me drag my another Softphone. I am dialing my new Softphone's number, and when it's ringing, we are ready to pick up the call. When we picked up, we can see all of the devices are started. Now we can hang it up, and all of the devices are stopped. We can see our Softphone is able to accept, reject or hang up calls. The only main thing left in this tutorial is to create a call. At the pickup buttons click event, we need to handle a new case. The case when we needed to register, but the registration was unsuccessful. If none of the three cases occurs, then we can make a call. A few seconds before I said we will create this call. The reason of this is we are handling calls as objects. To create one, we need to pass to the createCall object method a phone line and the phone number to be dialed as a string. Since we want to follow our call objects events, we are wiring up the call events with our previously written method. If we are done with this, we can start the call. The only thing left is to try this. We can only call our another Softphone, but in the next step we will add events to the numeric buttons as well, because they are not functioning yet. Let's click the pickup button. As we can see, our another Softphone is ringing. If we pick up the call, our pickup button won't do anything, as it should be, so let's hang up. We would like to see the number which is being dialed, so I am adding a new label for this purpose. I am also renaming it to LBL number to dial. We are creating a new method which will be used for the click events of the numeric and special buttons. We will need a variable which is the sender object handled as a button. And if we are in call, we don't want to allow the use of the numeric buttons. We will receive the dialed numbers from the keyboard as the pressed buttons text without the leading or trailing white spaces. To avoid the null reference exception, we are adding this line to our method. To add this method to all to the buttons, we need to select all of them. Then at the events tab, we need to set the click event to button keypad button click method. When we initialize our Softphone, our dialed number should be empty, as well as we reject or hang up the call. And finally, we would like to dial our new numbers and not this fixed one. Feel free to try this new function on your own. In the next tutorial, we will add the status display and we will see how to work with the SIP call control. For more information, please visit www.voip-sip-sdk.com or contact us at info@voip-sip-sdk.com. Thank you for watching.